The Avengers, Free Comic Book Day, giant walking robots. With news from the world of heroes, it's Mask and Cape. Hey everybody, welcome to Mask and Cape for Monday, May 7th, 2012. I'm Kevin McShane. America Young is out on assignment, but luckily I have the Peanut Gallery here in the studio in order to fill the America-sized hole in all of our hearts. Isn't that right, fellas? Really? Okay, all right. First up, you may not have heard, but over the weekend, a small indie movie called The Avengers opened nationwide, taking in over 200 million, really? Yeah. Wow, jeez. Took in over 200 million in the box office, making it the biggest U.S. opening for a movie in history. The star-studded Joss Whedon-helmed blockbuster opened to almost unanimously favorable reviews from both critics and audiences alike. In fact, took us all weekend, but we finally found two guys who hadn't seen it yet.
Hey, I was busy with stuff.
What's the Avengers?
Pathetic. You guys have homework to do. This past Saturday was Free Comic Book Day, the annual celebration in which 2,000 comic book stores in over 50 countries handed out free comics of all stripes in order to promote literacy and lure in new readers. Highlights from this year's Free Comic Book Day included Boom Studios' Adventure Time and Peanuts Sampler, along with Graphic Elvis from Liquid Comics. Not what you think, it's actually a compilation of pinups and stories about the king, including a great short about Elvis in Heaven written by our very own Stan Lee. I didn't get a chance to pick up a copy, but I heard it's fantastic. So if you have it, let us know what you think in the comments. This week, writer and former Boom Studios editor-in-chief Mark Waid launched Thrillbent, an ambitious online comics portal that aims to adapt the webcomics business model of free content and paid merchandise to a larger scale. Will Waid's experiment work for the more mainstream fare? It's too early to tell, but Waid promises complete honesty and transparency in reporting his findings. The first issue of Waid's first title, Insufferable, is up now at thrillbent.com. In indie news, this past weekend brought us the Toronto Comics Arts Festival, or TCAF as it's known. It's Canada's excellent and free, yes, all right, independent comics festival. Along with this year's featured guests were Fun Home creator Alison Bechtel, darling of the internet Kate Beaton, and of course Scott Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley. And finally, in superhero science news, Artisans Asylum, a nonprofit community craft studio in Somerville, Massachusetts, recently announced Project Hexapod, in which they plan to build a two-person, six-legged walking robot about the size of a car, which they've nicknamed Stompy. Call it whatever you want, but one look at this picture and we all know what they're actually building. They're building Mojo's chair. It's all happening, people. A couple of quick hits in this week's rundown. New trailers were released last week for The Dark Knight Rises and The Amazing Spider-Man. The new Batman has the web buzzing, while the reaction to Spidey is a little lukewarm. Will Sony's new moody Spidey finally jump the shark? We'll find out in July. An internet campaign has started to get NBC Community star Donald Glover the part of Donatello in Michael Bay's Ninja Turtle reboot. Glover, famously shafted for his campaign to play the new Spider-Man, said that he'd rather play Raphael. I think that's a good choice. And finally, Sylvester Stallone announced that he's teaming up with Lionsgate to develop a web-only animated series called Soul Survivor, about a last-of-his-kind mercenary. Where have we heard that idea before? Hopefully Sly will have a new idea besides Rambo the Animated Series within the next couple of years. Hey, so what did you think? Did you see The Avengers this weekend? You got an upcoming story you want us to cover? Leave us your comments below or hit us up on Twitter at SLWOH, which is Stan Lee World of Heroes. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button or subscribe to World of Heroes and join us this Wednesday when America will be back. Right, and we take a look at DC's Earth 2 along with Dynamite's Voltron Year 1. Spoiler alert, one of them's not that great. For Stan Lee's World of Heroes, I'm Kevin McShane, and this has been Mask and Cape.